This is my 1992 Toyota Hilux. I've had this ute for a little while, but it's time to give this pickup a little bit of love. Stick around because in today's episode, I show you how you can take your truck from this to this. To do this conversion properly, you'll need the radiator support panel, because the sheet metal is actually built different, which allows for a bolt-in style upgrade. While searching for the parts I needed, I found this complete 4Runner online, which I've decided to use for the conversion. I'll be making more videos on this because there is an absolute treasure trove of upgrades that we can use this vehicle for. The first step was dismantling the Hilux, and that meant that pretty much everything from the doors forward had to come off. I'll also include a full parts list for this conversion in the description below, which will include a link for these grill clips because you'll want to have some of these on hand. Removing the guards is pretty straightforward, but don't forget the bolt inside the door jamb and the two bolts located underneath the door sill as well. These are pretty much all 10mm bolts, which is another reason to love Toyota engineering. You'll see me use an impact drill a lot in this video, which I picked up for under $100 from my local hardware store. This drill was a game changer for me and saves me a bunch of time. It's a tool that I definitely recommend you plan on having. Don't forget to remove the radiator and washer bottle too. This is the only piece that I acquired separately to the 4Runner, and that's purely because I do plan on reselling that car later on. The new radiator support panel was pretty dirty, so I decided to give it a quick wash. If you're having trouble finding the locations for the factory spot welds, stick around because I end up showing those later in the video too. The pieces that you see me removing here are actually the wheel wells or engine bay from the donor vehicle. After identifying the factory spot weld locations on my Hilux, I began using my step drill bit to drill them out. These clips are located underneath the top of the radiator support panel and can be removed very easily by simply pinching the retainer with some pliers. The old support panel was free, and the new panel literally drops straight into position. The coolant overflow, radiator and washer bottle bolted straight into the new support panel. The horn bolted back into the same location too. I did notice the wheel wells sag after a few hours, so I used a jack to line them back up with the support panel. This would have caused some headaches with panel alignment later on, so make sure you keep an eye on this. There was only one or two spot weld holes that didn't line up directly, so I drilled them out. There are 26 spot welds in total, 13 on each side. I used 8mm high tensile bolts to fix the new panel to my Hilux. I do recommend welding the panel if you have access to a welder though. The headlights plug straight in and of course lined up directly when placed onto the new panel. The rest of the process was very straightforward. Installing the new grille, hood, bumper bar, and guards. I decided to bring over the inner splash guards from the 4Runner as well to complete the look. The only parts that were not a direct bolt on were the indicator and lower indicator plugs, so you will have to consider snipping and rewiring these to suit. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe, and if there is a tutorial or topic you want me to cover on Hiluxes or mini trucks in general, let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching.